Expedition 33 just got its brand new official patch, and they have gone over all the changes there. We also have a ton of new details, including some merch that, yes, is already out, and some are sold out already. There's some new reasons why Expedition 33 might actually win Game of the Year, and even some details on DLC already. We got a ton to talk about. What's up, world? It's Utopia back with another video. Today we're checking out all things Expedition 33. Let's just jump right into it. Of course, first off, we did get a brand new patch update this morning. Now on PC, it was around 800 megabytes. Now other platforms, it seems like they haven't got the update just yet. I'm not exactly sure what the size will be there. Now I'll avoid spoilers for these patch notes, but they do say they patched a bug where players were unable to progress a certain boss fight. They have currently put this live on Steam. As I said, it was around 800 megabytes. Other platforms will follow in their larger hotfix. That's because it requires additional verification. I've gone over this in plenty of my other videos, but both Xbox and Sony have certification processes, so pushing smaller updates like this they typically don't like, as those all have to go through certification. Especially when you're doing all three platforms there, it can create a bit of chaos. Steam just lets you push an update out, there is no verification process there, hence why Steam/PC got the update first. But as they do say, there is going to be a much larger update coming here very soon. They are still working on a variety of fixes and optimizations, but again, they were able to quickly get this live on Steam before the weekend. So they do mention to stay tuned for further updates next week on their upcoming patches. Again, hopefully they actually do drop patch notes. We've had 2 or 3 patches by now, and we haven't really got any patch notes for them. I think the only one thing that I noticed is one of the menu options got pushed down a little bit, so it's further from the rest, which is when you're at a flag, it allows you to return to the continent, essentially sending you back out of the area. That's the only thing I've seen that potentially got moved and pushed down a little bit. I think it was kind of pushed up with everything else. Not exactly sure though if that was an official change, as they didn't list it with previous updates. So hopefully they do actually drop some patch notes. Moving on though, we have some other really cool news here regarding DLC, where Games Radar did an interview with the lead writer for Expedition 33, and they went over saying that chances are good that they'll get some DLC at some point. I'm gonna butcher this name, but Svedberg Yen went on further. He did make it very clear that there wasn't any concrete or hard plans for DLC at the moment, but the plan at Sandfall Interactive was to always monitor response to the game and base any potential plans for DLC off of that. Of course, with how good it's been received, more than likely we will get that. They've been further clarified here so that it's been a lot to take in. They've always said that if there's a strong desire from players that they would love to do something more, and based on the responses so far, the chances are very good. So we might actually be getting some additional DLC for Expedition 33. Again, they haven't been working on anything yet, or at least they haven't had any concrete plans to do so, so it might take quite some time, but at least it seems like it's in the works, or at least going to be very soon. And if we have any future updates there, I will cover it. Now, I did mention there was merch already for Expedition 33, where it looks like they did partner with IGN Store, and IGN has unveiled several new items, with this one, Lumiere Limited Edition Lithograph, which was an exclusive and limited edition print, although that one specifically has been sold out. There are still several other items here, including t-shirts, more prints of Esquire, Loon, mugs, etc. And there's even a mousepad and several other clothing items still available as well. So you do still have time to snag all that stuff if you wanted to. So pretty cool, there is already merch available if you wanted to grab some. Now if you haven't seen already, there was some Lumiere or limited edition copies or physical copies being sold for the game. Those have actually sold out. They've been trying to work on getting those restocked. But yes, even the physical edition and physical copies for Expedition 33 have sold out basically everywhere. That did happen a few days ago. Someone here actually does showcase what you do actually get in that Lumiere edition, which comes with a normal game case and that hard copy version as well. You also get a journal with some artwork included. They also mention here that you get some downloadable extra costumes, hairstyles, steelbook, and that journal full of artwork and concept art. Although I do believe that you can get the downloadable extra contents already. If you get the deluxe edition, you just don't have the physical steelbook and journal, which we can confirm that even here. On the GameStop version of Lumiere Edition, it shows that you get the digital deluxe upgrade that features those flower collections and the clear and obscure custom outfits. So yeah, you get everything online as well. You don't have to just buy the physical copy. Still cool nonetheless. Hopefully they can restock those sometime soon though for those who do want the physical edition. Moving on though, we have some more reasons why Expedition 33 might actually win Game of the Year. If you haven't seen, although it's talked about everywhere and basically trending everywhere, GTA 6 did get delayed until 2026. That basically was everybody's worry on why Expedition might not get Game of the Year, or essentially why GTA 6 would just win by default. Although I had my thoughts there, mostly disagreed with that since it's not launching on PC. Even though yes, technically like Astrobot, games can launch on one platform and still win Game of the Year, I still figured that they definitely needed the PC audience in order to win that one, especially when you have games like Expedition 33 come out and they went on PC as well. I still thought it had a really good chance to win up against that one, and seeing as GTA's recent endeavors have been mostly for online play and less about the single player, but regardless, at least now it doesn't have to face up against the GTA crowd, and more than likely, unless we get something as big as Expedition 33, I definitely think it has a huge chance to win the Game Awards. It'll definitely still be an interesting showdown this year, although it would have been very interesting to be pitted against GTA 6 and still win Game of the Year. Although that could make even more games come out in the 2025 era, there was a lot of games that were pushing their release date back or trying to avoid GTA 6's release at all costs. As a comment even does mention here, there were hardly any games for the second half of the year because everyone was waiting for GTA 6. Now there might be a sudden big wave of announcement now that it's out of the way. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that and what other games might get unveiled over these next coming months. Speaking of it maybe winning Game of the Year, we actually do have the French president giving a shout out to Expedition 33 on Instagram, where he says here that you are a shining example of French audacity and creativity. So kind of cool there, putting politics aside. They even got a shout out from their own president. Just thought it was cool there overall that they got a major shout out, and more than likely just kind of cements the game into legendary status. Moving on though, we had a few last minute mentionables here. This first one revolves around the OST. Now there's been a ton of talk about the music. People really enjoy the background music of this game. I do myself as well. Normally I turn off background music. Usually only turn it on for boss fights, as that's usually when the good music gets on. For this game, I left it on the entire time though and didn't turn it down or even off. They actually did drop some more recordings here for the orchestra, so they have now released a full session of those recordings of the OST, so even more of the music that you can get for free available on YouTube. So I'll link to that down below if you want to check that one out. And they even have a playlist for all the songs that I will include, and they showcase off here some of their composers, so just some pretty cool there all around. Returning back to the patch notes for a second here. Now, as I said, they haven't really officially put out patch notes or don't have anything official in regards to a way to kind of distribute those aside from Steam. A lot of talks have been around an official Discord. As of right now, it is only the Reddit version, so there isn't an official version of Expedition 33's Discord. Now, I actually heard this, and they talked about it during a Code Carnage interview with the developers, where they did mention they were actually looking into creating an official Discord. Hopefully they'd have that up and running sometime soon. I think that would help with a lot of the announcements and kind of condensing everything. If you haven't seen that interview already, it is a really good interview, really nice to listen to, and there's no spoilers in that either. I'll link to it down below. Great interview by Code Carnage, worth to check out. Last appearance, speaking of social media, we also do have Jennifer English, who plays Mael, of course, and Aliana Baranova, who plays Mary. They actually both did a stream yesterday, and it seems like they might be occasionally on and off stream. So if you want to check out some of the voice actors playing their own game, you can do so, and I'll include links to that as well. Overall, that's what I covered for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.